Jason Kaplan, I'm the CEO of EnSolve Biosystems, and our mission is to provide biofilters that cost-effectively remove oil from waste streams. Our biofilter products simply turn oil and water into clean water. How do we do this? Oil water goes into a biofilter, which essentially is a matrix that has oil-degrading microbes impregnated onto it and converted it to harmless end products, carbon dioxide and water. This is typically what the biofiltration process looks like visually. Stage one, you can see an oily, gunky mess. We have a second stage that looks a lot better, and the third stage looks even better. And some of the features of our technology is that we have patented technology. We have very low operating costs, actually the lowest in the industry. It's a green technology with very little or no hazmat associated with this technology. We have exceptionally high effluent quality, and it's regulatory approved. I'm going to talk about two products we have commercialized and one we're developing. The first one is called Petro Eliminator, and it's geared for oily bilge water from ships, which is a $4 billion industry. The second product, the biofilter product, is called PetroClean, and this is geared for port waste, frack water. I'm sure you're aware of that hot topic right now, and this technology is very appropriate for that. Groundwater, and it's a $10 billion market. And we have some impressive clients right now. When we took our tour today, they pointed out AP Moller Maersk. And in addition to Maersk, we have Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Line. We're also working for some oil companies, Anadarko Petroleum, as well as Weatherford Pipeline. And one of our customers, I mentioned Maersk, Soren Sky is an environmental manager for them. He said they went through a 2-year evaluation on our technology. And they came to the conclusion that our marine biofilter is the most effective one their engineers have ever worked with. And so we'll be going out to Denmark to meet with our corporate people this fall to hopefully get even more sales. The third product, the biofilter product, is called EnScrub, and this is really what we're here for. It's in development right now, and this is related to the SOx, the sulfur oxide, scrubber systems from ship engine exhaust. And this is very appropriate for your area here. The market size is $5 billion. We were awarded a Phase 2 National Science Foundation grant for about $500,000. And it is to develop an EnScrub biofilter prototype, which we've actually completed, and we'll be starting the prototype testing actually later this month. We already have 2 multi-billion-dollar scrubber companies very interested in incorporating this technology onto their existing scrubber technology to keep them in full compliance with the regulatory laws right now. So this EnScrub pilot test is actually going to be right here in San Pedro. And the reason I heard about this particular conference was it just came across my box, and I called John up and I said, hey, this is an unbelievable coincidence that we're going to be right here in your own backyard here. And he said, this looks like a sweet spot for us too. So that's why we're here. And we'll actually have this as the device that we'll be having on the port of San Pedro beginning in October. And let me go back to that a little bit. Basically, this is actually a bonnet that goes over a ship engine exhaust, and that goes through a scrubber system. But the problem is they're left with water that's contaminated, and we're going to be treating that contaminated water. So this will allow scrubbers to be in complete compliance with the regulations after they go through our system. Our management team, I'm sort of a recycling entrepreneur. This is my second company. I've been a CEO for 25 years in 2 different companies. Rick Penny is actually here right here, if you want to raise your hand. He's been with our company for 12 years. He is a former chief engineer. He's a Kings Point graduate. America Swaminanye is got a master's degree in biochemical engineering. She's been with our company for 14 years, and she's a graduate of Helsinki University. Our business model is shown here. Our equipment prices range anywhere between $70,000 and $150,000 per system. The margins are 30 to 50%. The real margins are made on our service and supplies, which are about $10,000 to $50,000 per year per system. About 80 to 90% margins on those. So we're like the business model really is the printer cartridge model, where the printer is the biofilter and the printer cartridge are the supplies to maintain the biofilter. Our projections assume that we are going to hook up with a strategic partner that already has a global sales infrastructure in place, and our technology could add about $60 million of revenue per year for their own company, and about $20 million of EBITDA. Our company strengths are we've got intellectual property. We've raised over $2 million with angel and grant capital. We have a solid experienced management team. Our certifications are complete. We have commercialization, 12 years of product sales, and we have major customers for that product. We have a current Series A offering, which I can tell you about if you come by our booth tomorrow. But we've got about $300,000 left of that, $500,000 available for sale. And the good thing is the National Science Foundation will match 50 cents for each dollar of money we raise, so it's free, undiluted money. Our exit strategy is to build sales and distributorships, complete our EnScrub development, and seek a strategic partner with a global infrastructure. We're estimating 1 to 2 years to complete that. The last slide, our heavy lifting is done. We've got patents, we're commercially proven, we have certifications, and we have an excellent reputation for our products. Thank you. Like the acquirers, well, our biofilters really have crossed many different industries. For the scrubbers would be the multi-billion-dollar scrubber companies seeing that our technology would be a very good fit for theirs. They have an incomplete system. They get rid of the sulfur oxides, but they don't take care of the hydrocarbons. So, you know, the Wartsillas would be an example of a potential acquirer. Belco, which is part of DuPont, those could be examples. We're already talking to 2 multi-billion-dollar scrubber companies who I can't tell you who they are because we've signed NDAs with them, but we actually met with one today who wants us to do another test in the Great Lakes and in China, in addition to the one right here in the San Pedro. That would be just the EnScrub. The petroliminator biofilter could attract marine suppliers who could see a niche for our type of product. That you know, we're operating in big space right now, and then of course the fracking could, for the PetroClean biofilter, could attract companies in the oil industry, such as remediation companies and drilling companies.
And these companies that have a decent history of doing acquisitions?
Yes, they do. They've built. Yeah, we actually make a nice fit because we've done the heavy lifting. We've got the patents. We've got the regulatory approvals. That's the hard part. It's easy for a company just to come in. What we're lacking right now is a sales infrastructure, global infrastructure. We've proven the product works. You know, we've had 12 years of sales history. None of our customers have ever been fined, and so the reputation really is stellar. We're just trying to find the right partner who we want to hook up with.
Yes, with that 12 years of sales history, does the rest of the company, those other products, cash neutral?
Yeah, we're almost like a drug development company. They never go out there and make the big sales. What they do is they develop the product, they go through all the phases and the patents, and essentially, basically, look for the acquisition. And essentially, that's where we are. We've proven those products out. It would really cost $10, $20 million to develop our own sales infrastructure. It's just easier for us at this point to hook up with somebody who's already got that, and their part is easy. You know, we're just trying to find the right partner for us. I have a personal goal, and I'm dedicated to this field, and I want to make sure the products really get out there. So we want to be, not that we've got 10 or 20 partners knocking on our door right now, but we do want to make sure that the technology gets out there globally, with the right partnership.
Follow up on that. And then for the exit, would you anticipate selling the technology to the company?
We'd be open. I mean, we could, if the company just wants the EnScrub, for example, we could sell that technology. We think most likely someone would want probably the whole thing because these biofilters have applications for many different applications, so there's no reason for them to shut themselves out of that. So I would think they want the whole thing. Yes, sir.
Can you explain just a little bit the use of the fracking technology? Because obviously there's a huge upside there, and does it address the concern that most people have with the pollution of groundwater as a result of chemicals that they're injecting into the ground? Or what actually does it do?
Okay. This is the question relating to how does this apply to the fracking industry, and can we play in that field? And the answer is yes. Right now we're talking to several people who are already giving us a chance at bidding on these fracking opportunities. And the problem is right now they're transporting this waste way away from where they're doing the drilling. So it's very expensive, just the transportation costs. And truthfully, the oil companies have gotten a buy. They've been allowed to dump water where they shouldn't be allowed to, for whatever reasons, and that's changing. So right now, they're not gonna have a choice, they're gonna have to treat it. And we have portable systems that are perfect for this type of application. This is what we do, we treat oily waste. So it's really just scaling. It's just scaling the technology up. But before we go out there, we don't want to have a failed project. We say, we're going to pilot test this for you, and then if it works, we're going to apply the pilot costs towards your full-scale system. So we're going to make it very compelling for them to make a buy on this.